guest, comedian, actor, Ocean Glapion. And we're talking Lakers, baby. How we doing, Ocean?
I'm good. I'm fired up. I'm just listening to Colin, Cowherd, Kristine Leahy, LaVar Ball, dad, all that, man. I'm hyped right now.
Dude, what's going on? All right, let's just go real time. I want to talk Lakers in the pick. Absolutely. But watching that LaVar Ball interview, were you live watching that?
I was watching that. I was watching it, and I was like, okay, well, first of all, tell me, what did you think of it? What did you think about his dad going off on her?
It was pretty interesting. I mean, he chooses the words "stay in your lane" initially, and then he doesn't swivel around.
He doesn't what?
He doesn't turn around. He doesn't acknowledge her. He doesn't even look at her, which I found pretty interesting.
Listen, I am, and I know I'm going to get backlash for this, but I am completely on his side.
Oh!
On his side, like completely. Like, first of all, it's not the Kristine Leahy show. It's the Colin Cowherd show. So he doesn't have to go in there and talk to her. Second, all he said was, I don't respect you. He didn't make it about women and him not liking women and him not liking and respecting women. He said, I don't respect you. And in turn, she said, I don't respect women. And he said, I never said that. You're saying that. Which is, I'm totally with. He never said, he's like, she said, well, why don't you respect me or like me? He said, because you're a hater. And you said that you would never wear a big baller brand. And then she goes on to talk about how she was just giving him advice. And my thing is, he never asked you for advice. If you want to do a brand that goes to women, create your brand, bring it to Nike, and get it done. Don't go telling some dude about his brand and what he should be doing and saying you don't like it, because then from there he doesn't have to talk to you if he doesn't want to.
So, I mean, we all know he's unapologetic with it on the mic. He shoots it straight. Do you feel like Kristine had any points in relation to relating the comments she said about him getting kind of too much on the male side of things and not, I mean, I know it's not really, it's just business in regards to shoes, but did she have any points with that in terms of appealing to women, or you don't think the Ball brand's interested in that?
I don't think is Tommy John underwear interested in promoting to women.
Yeah, no, I heard that. That was a good.
She's not. They promote that on that show every day. She doesn't get on there and be like, "Yo, the CEO needs to promote to women." They would be bigger if they promoted to women. Who did Tommy John go and get? They went and got Kevin Hart. It's like she doesn't like him. So she tried to bait him because he doesn't sound like he's too intelligent and knows how.
But do you think he took do you think he took the bait this morning?
He took the bait this morning. I don't even think he took the bait. What I think was she tried to bait him into saying that he didn't respect women. That's never what he said. All he said is, I don't respect you. And she took it to, oh, you must don't respect women. He's like, nah, you said that. He said, I have a wife. I respect my wife. I've never said I didn't respect women. You're trying to take it there, and I agree with that 100%. How many times have you been in an argument with somebody, man or woman, and you say one thing, and they try to change it around to something totally different, and you're like, that's not what I said.
Very true.
And they're like, well, that's much what you mean. No, that's why whenever I argue with somebody, I always go by what I'm saying. Don't go by what you think I mean by what I'm saying.
That's valid. That's very valid. So you think she was?
And then with the Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock has a lot of opinions. He says a lot of things that about whatever. And whenever you fire back, you're always in the wrong. So he fired back, and he was like, the only thing he could show me, and the only thing I can show him is how to come into the gym and work his fat ass out. Is it not fat? He didn't say, I hate all fat people. I hate all this. I need to work out all fat people. No, what he said was, Jason Whitlock is fat, which is correct. Is it correct?
It's correct.
He's like when I used to. Here's funny. When I used to sell memberships at the gym, I used to work at the gym. I would give a girl a pass, and she would go. I'll be like, "Yo, here's a 3-day pass. You should come into the gym." The first thing she would say is, "What are you trying to do? Are you trying to call me fat?" No, I'm giving you a pass to come to the gym. That's it. I didn't say nothing else. I didn't say I hate fat people. You fat. You need to work out. All I said is, here's a pass. Come try our gym. What people do is they take one thing you say and change it to the narrative that they like to change it to. And I'm such a Kristine Leahy fan. I couldn't believe that she was trying to bait him into something and then go on and get mad about what he said. Just doesn't make sense to me.
So you think she blew it out of proportion completely and tried to manipulate his words?
Without question. I think she doesn't like him. I think she doesn't like him. I think that he came in, he didn't come into the show and be like, hey, Kristine, like everybody does. And he came and sat down and talked to Colin, and she was offended by that. And when she asked him a question, he was like, I don't want to answer your question, which he has the right to do. Not saying it's right or wrong, but he has the right to not answer her question and go just to Colin. So that's what he said, and then she said, why? He said, well, this is the reason why, because I don't like you. And the first thing she goes is, oh, so you don't have respect for women. Nah, I never said that. What I said was, I don't have respect for you. I'm thinking about women because you're a woman.
That's true. That's true. So how did you feel about Colin in the next segment, if you saw it, kind of talking about how he let Kristine handle it and kind of just speak up for herself and let them do their thing?
Well, you know, what happened was, I think he didn't really know what to do during the segment. You know what I mean? Like, it was just coming so fast.
Yeah, it's all happened in real time.
Yeah, it happened in real time. So I don't think he really knew what to do. And so he didn't want to offend his guest, and he didn't want to offend Kristine. So he just tried to let them go about it. And then when the commercial came, she probably was like, why didn't you stand up for me? And then he had the time to think and go, no, I allowed you to do whatever. You know what I mean? Or they had a conversation about it during the commercial break because it came so quickly. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
When he called Jason Whitlock fat, he was like, oh, I don't like that. But he tried to get it back to just the interview and not harp on that. I don't even think that he was worried about the way the guest was talking to Kristine, because all he was basically saying is, I don't respect you, Kristine. And Kristine was taking it to somewhere else. Oh, so you don't like women. Oh, you don't like fat people. And it's like, yo, I never said none of those things. I said, I don't like you, and you happen to be a woman, and I don't like Jason Whitlock, who happens to be fat. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what he said.
And even in the Lion's Den, he did say she was a good reporter too. Because
he was like, you don't just do your job as reporting. You're a reporter, but that's what, if you notice, that's what reporters try to do. Reporters try to bait you into different things and try to bait you into saying stuff that you didn't say. Or you'll be emotional. That's what I always think. And when it's when it's a football game or whatever, you should give guys a certain amount of time to cool down and then talk to them so they can gain their bearings. But then
well said.
You're calm and collective, and you're trying to bait them into saying something. And of course, if they mad, they just came off, they lost this big game, football, and now you ask me a question. Of course, I'm gonna say something stupid because I'm hot.
So segueing into what happened yesterday in the lottery. Obviously, you and I love the Lakers. Going off of the conversation this morning on the herd with LaVar, do you think he's walking to a different beat? Do you think it's a lock? Lonzo's going to the Lakers, and do you want to see Lonzo go to the Lakers?
I want to see Lonzo go to the Lakers.
Woohoo!
I think he's going to go to the Lakers. I mean, it would be dumb for them to go and pick him. I mean, it would be dumb for Boston to pick him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they have Isaiah. I mean, what you gonna move? You gonna move Ball to the 2?
Well, what's interesting that
are you gonna move Isaiah Thomas to the 2? He's too short. So you know what I mean? You got to. If I was Boston, I would trade the pick. But the problem with that is if you trade the pick, then somebody else can pick up LaVar Ball. So I don't know, man.
It's fascinating that in a true rivalry that goes back decades, Celtics-Lakers, that you got the Celtics blocking their rival in the 1 spot, and they don't really have the same needs that the Lakers do. But just from a rivalry perspective, if you're Danny Ainge, you're the one in the driver's seat with this. Would you want to, quote unquote, screw over a team that you've disliked for decades just because you can, because you got the power?
Here's the thing. I believe I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I think the league set it up, and the league wants the Lakers and Celtics to be good again. So I don't think Danny Ainge is going to just do that to take, you know what I mean? Like, what if you take him and he's not that player, and you doing it for some old 80s rivalry? You don't get fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess you got to have a little more.
You got to go with your needs. I'm not gonna just pick him because of some rivalry. I'm gonna pick where it's needed, and the Celtics don't need Lonzo Ball.
Well, people are saying that Markelle Fultz out of Washington is a more complete player, that he's got ridiculous moves. If you watch him off the dribble with the ball in his hand, his ability to create separation, all of these, I've heard it from a couple different sources that he's got some serious game and some ridiculous upside just being a freshman as well rolling into this draft. What are your thoughts on Fultz? Are you all in on Ball?
How many games did he win in college?
He did not win a lot of games. That Washington didn't even make the tournament.
Okay, so how many games did Ball win in college?
I believe UCLA went from 15 to 32 wins or 31 wins.
Exactly. Who's the better player?
Dude, I'm on the Ball train, baby.
Think about everybody. The UCLA beat last year. They beat Kentucky. You know what I mean? They beat everybody. They were the number 4 team in the nation, coming from 15 wins like this the year before. How many did folks win? They won, 5, 6 games?
That's, yeah, I mean, but then I'm hearing De'Aaron Fox as a potential for overall too, the Kentucky point guard. I'm like, there's some Laker fans that are all over the board with this pick. I think Lonzo Ball is the move. I think this is a league of takers, and he's a giver, and it's a no-brainer.
Yo, first of all, you got to watch those 2 Kentucky games that they played against UCLA.
Right.
Number 1, the first game, Lonzo killed him and they won.
Correct, yeah.
Second game, he was hurt, and his mom was in the hospital just from having a stroke. So and they ran pick and roll. And UCLA, no offense, Alex, has slow white guys. So the bottom line is he got 30-something at the point, but it wasn't no one-on-one beating Lorenzo. You know what I mean? It was a pick and roll situation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, yeah, and one game doesn't define a player, but I think Lonzo's the move. We're on board with it. You and I are of like mind in this regard. I just think I find it interesting that Laker fans are open to other player. I mean, we don't need another D'Angelo Russell type player. It's not going to make the team.
That's what I'm saying. We don't need another scorer. We don't need another scorer. What we need is somebody as a floor general and going to make everybody better. That's what he did. He led the nation in assists. He made everybody on his team better. We all know UCLA got holes in where they went in the tournament. They had to beat North Carolina and Kentucky. That was impossible. Even if they beat Kentucky, they wasn't going to beat North Carolina because North Carolina is a way completer team. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were just not going to happen. So, bottom line is, they got holes where they got put because they was the number 4 team in the nation. They shouldn't have been put there. But the fact of the matter is that he made this team better.
It's true.
Period.
It's true. Period.
And that's what you need. The Lakers got enough shooters.
And he's a winner, too. He's a winner.
We got enough shooters.
I hope he goes. I really do. I think it was an unbelievable day in Laker Nation. I mean, considering could have lost a pick, could have lost next year's pick. I mean, now we're staring at second. It's incredible.
Right.
Do you,
what I think is Kristine Leahy should stay in her place.
but ultimately, did that help the ZO2 shoe that segment that much more, despite the backlash from Kristine?
No, listen. People are gonna buy this. Oh, I mean, what does he need to sell? They're $400, $500. How many does he need to sell? You think is there 5,000 people who will buy that shoe? I mean, there are people who buy Gucci, Louis Vuitton shoes for $1,000.
It's a good point. I mean, you're a man of fashion. You know better than I do. I'm dressing like Sandler on his off day most of the time. So
it's independent. He doesn't need to sell that many to make a lot of money.
It's a good point.
If he sold 10,000 in a year, that's $4 million a year.
That's bananas.
Would you take $4 million a year?
Last question for you. Are you concerned at all as a Laker fan that the presence, the overwhelming, I mean, you got to call LaVar Ball polarizing at this point. Whether you love him or you hate him, he's polarizing. He's all over the tabloids. Are you concerned with him infringing on the Lakers organization in any regard if Lonzo goes Lake Show?
Nah. The Lakers is $1 billion organization. This dude yelling and screaming and hollering. You think if Magic came to him and
I know, but did you see Kristine's word choice? She once they debriefed, she mentioned Jeannie Buss, and I wonder if she saw this segment and what her thoughts were.
No, I just don't think they care. If you ran the Lakers, would you care? You're not drafting the dad, you're drafting the son.
Very true.
The son is saying nothing. The son still lives with his dad. So you don't even care. What you care about is him and you winning. If the son is going to help me win and get back to glory, that's what I'm drafting. I don't care what the dad is saying. It don't have no bearing on me. Like, all I'm trying to do is win games. And that means if I'm going to take a player that's a little less talented but doesn't have a crazy dad, I'm not going to do that. Like, why would I do that? I would take the person that's going to help me win. I want to win. That's the winner.
Just win, baby. Absolutely. No, I'm with you. I think
I'm going to take somebody because their dad is loudmouth. Who cares? That's the dad. It ain't got nothing to do with the son. The son ain't said nothing.
I know. He's all business, which is refreshing.
He's not even going to be living with his dad. anytime soon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not about to live with his dad no more. So it don't matter. Like, you know what I mean? When you have a kid, you speak for your kid until they leave your house. Once they leave your house, you ain't gonna be able to say nothing.
Yeah, that B- rap he put out the other week was suspect, though. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, just think about how Serena Williams' dad used to be. Now you never hear from Serena's dad. You don't hear from him.
Good point. Good point.
You know what I mean? So it's like, no, it's the same thing. And it's just like, and here's the bottom line. These TV shows and these radio stations and all this other stuff, they continue to have him on their shows. If they want him to be quiet, they wouldn't book him.
Very, very
That's
true.
simple.
What did Johnny Drama say? No press. Bad press is better than no press.
Yeah. The first day that he was, the Lakers got the second pick, who's the first guest they have on? They didn't have Magic. You know what I mean? They had his dad. They had LaVar Ball's dad on. And the first day after the Lakers, they didn't have Magic call in. They didn't have Magic on the show. They had the dad because he's good for ratings. You know how much ratings this controversy is going to be with Kristine Leahy and him? He's going to get millions of views.
So you think he's coming back on the couch?
Yeah, he'll be back on the couch. Christina won't be there. But
it puts Cowherd in a conundrum, though, because it is all about ratings. And if she's truly ticked off in the behind closed doors about him and tells him not to bring him back, Cowherd to not bring him back on the couch, and he does, that's going to be some interesting sports TV.
They're going to bring him back. Why wouldn't they? I guarantee he's going to get 2 million views from this. They're going to bring him back.
And we're gonna get 55,000 from talking about it.
I mean, he'll be unapologetic like he's always been, and he'll be like, "Well, she was talking on or whatever." You know what I mean? They're gonna talk about this all day today. He's gonna go and speak for yourself and talk about it. It's gonna be great.
Well, dude, I appreciate.
Kristine Leahy, keep your place. Be a woman, and not behind, and not looking at me in the face.
That was so intense.
No, I don't believe that. I do believe she was in the wrong, but you know what I mean? She has the right to her opinion, but I don't think she should have brought it to it being about women. I think she should have just brought it to it being about him not liking her, and that's what he said.
Well, she's a very likable woman. This is the first kind of
likable, beautiful woman. Yeah.
But this might be the first guest that has actually disliked her, and that's kind of how we watched it play out.
Hey, that's what it is. But yo, my friend, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'll let you go, man. Yo, congrats on the move.
I always love coming on your podcast. It's the greatest thing ever.
Dude, I love it, man. Let's do it more often. Let's get some tacos soon. I'm in WeHo now. When you get back, let's catch up. And congrats on the movie, baby. Follow him on Ocean Live on all social media. He's balling.
That's right. All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, man. I'll talk to you. And that was Ocean Glapion, comedian, actor, hysterical, very interesting sports insight as always. And again, follow him on Ocean Live on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on down the list. This is Extraordinary Sports, the podcast. I'm Alex Monaco. Ta-ta real slow.